Today we are bringing you another chapter from the Power of Awareness. Today's chapter is chapter 16, Personal Impotence. Self-surrender is essential, and by that is meant that confession of personal impotence. I can of mine own self do nothing. Since creation is finished, it is impossible to force anything into being. The example of magnetism previously given is a good illustration. You cannot make magnetism. It can only be displayed. You cannot make the law of magnetism. If you want to build a magnet, you can do so only by conforming to the law of magnetism. In other words, you surrender yourself or yield to the law. What this is talking about is the common misconception with the law of assumption, the common misconception with the law of attraction. Like, people try to do things by sheer willpower. People try to force their mind to believe and to accept a certain ideal simply by saying affirmations for days upon days upon days upon days, by trying to brute force their way to it by every single second of the day, forcing the idea that they are rich, forcing the idea that they are already what they wish to be. And this is almost counterintuitive, because this is very much Jungian psychology, but at the same time, when you create any sort of resistance, when you create any sort of force, your mind automatically creates opposition. Like, think of when you're trying to change your beliefs. Think of when you're trying to tell yourself that you're capable of doing so much more, that you're worthy of this, that you're worthy of that. Like, there's immediately going to be a voice in your head that tells you you're not good enough, that tells you you're a failure, that tells you what you're trying to do is impossible because of this, because of this, because of this. Oh, the people in your life aren't going to support you. The people here are going to always try to break you down. You're not as good as you should. Like, anytime you try to change your beliefs and it's not something that you already accept, there is going to be resistance. The only moment when you can create what you want is the moment it's authentic, the moment that you truly believe it without having to justify it to yourself. And this is really the secret to creating your world, creating a self-image, creating a sense of self that is righteous, that is justified, that isn't trying to fake it till you make it. You inhabit the idea that you want to be. You don't have to constantly reassure yourself, because think about it like this. There's a great scene in Game of Thrones where Joffrey, the little boy that's the king, he is very angry because there's a council meeting and he's not invited, and it's taking place in his grandfather's side of the castle, and he's like, I am the king, why was I not warned about this? And his grandfather says, if you're the king, you don't have to say anything. Anyone that is a king already gets that respect. Anyone that is already up there, anyone that is already established, doesn't have to constantly convince themselves. They don't have to reach for something outside. It's already a belief, a ideal that they adopt, something that they already have. And it would be irresponsible of me to give you this idea and say, like, don't force yourself to believe something, don't force yourself to live in the end, don't try to change your world, don't try to change anything. Like, there is an easy way to get around this. There's an easy way to get around this resistance, and it comes through the idea of the not affirmations. So most of the time when you say, I am rich, I am wealthy, I am happy, I am complete, like, whenever you say any of these things, your mind immediately starts thinking of thousands and thousands and thousands of instances of why this isn't correct. It will give you the image of the last time you looked at your bank account. It will give you the image of the last time you checked your views, or the last time whatever it is that you were trying to do wasn't working out. And that will immediately begin to solidify the current state you're in, because you're going to feel fear. You're going to feel doubt. You're going to put your attention to things of the way that they already are, instead of putting your attention to the way that things really should be, because you really do deserve this success. You deserve whatever it is that you can imagine, and you deserve it, especially the more you put your attention to it. But we don't understand this idea of resistance, and the one true way to get around it is to say, I am not rich. I already have all the money I need. I do not need money. I'm already rich. I do not need this. I already have this. I do not need this. I don't need this. I don't, like, when you put the preface of I don't need that, it tricks your mind to believe that you already have it. It takes the pressure away from it. It takes the resistance away from it. There's also another really good way to do this, and it's basically, this guy calls it Ask Formations. I think his name is Elmo Locker Jr. He has a great channel on all of this stuff. He also breaks down this book as well. But one of the things that he likes to do is he likes to use Ask Formations. So, like, How does it feel that you have everything that you want? How does it feel like you don't have to worry about money? How does it feel like that you can help out your parents? How does it feel like that you can retire your whole family? Like, simply asking yourself these questions and imagining what that state would feel like gets around all the resistance, because it's not a self-confirmation. It's not a self-definition. It's not you saying, I am this, and knowing that you're not that. It's building up that imagination, building up what that would feel like, and feeling that. And the more you hold on to that state, the more likely it is going to become solidified into your worldview, solidified into your state of consciousness, and the more likely it is going to happen. Hopefully this made sense. Please let me know if this isn't something that really clicks, because this is a really important idea. Because the moment you start telling yourself that you don't believe is the moment you keep yourself in the same situation. And this is a big misconception with the law of assumption. I think this is the major sticking point of people who try to apply it and can't get it to work. It's not about forcing it. It's not about telling yourself every time you're negative that I am this, I am that. It's about getting around this. It's about embodying the belief without having to justify it. Embodying the belief that when you wake up, you don't have to tell yourself, I am this, I am that. Like, there's another really good one. This is from Dr. Joseph Murphy, and he says, instead of confirming that you're rich, instead of confirming all these things, simply repeat the phrase, wealth, success, wealth, success, wealth, success. And these two words alone are amazing words, because we associate beautiful things with this. Like, think the word rich is somewhat skewed because we're always blaming the rich for our problems. We're always blaming the 1% for taking all of the wealth and leaving nothing else for us. But when we hear the word wealth, there's almost a righteousness to it. There's almost like a sense that it was earned. There's almost a sense that it came from good means. So start repeating this word. And success, everyone knows what success is. And if you don't have a good relationship with success, think of it in the idea that Earl Nightingale thinks of it. Earl Nightingale said, the successful person is the person that's a teacher because he wants to be a teacher. The successful person is a doctor because he wanted to be a doctor. And just embody those two words, do the ask affirmations, or do the not principle. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for watching all these videos. The support has been crazy. And yeah, I think we're a little more than halfway done through all these chapters, but I'm going to continue to bring some Neville Goddard, because not only do I feel like these chapters are very interesting for you guys, but I think the more I go through them, the more I understand it myself. And that's really half the fun of it. Like, the more I try to bring these ideas to you guys, I think the more I kind of understand it, because the more I have to conceptualize it. So it truly is one of the greatest ways to learn things, through explaining it to people, through trying to bring it to someone who has not read it, someone who has not faced these ideas yet, and try to put it in simple terms that you guys can understand without actually having to read it. And it's great for both of us. So yeah, thank you guys so much. If you want more from me, go ahead, join my Discord. That's when you'll find out when I'm streaming, when a lot of my videos are posting. I'm sharing more and more stuff in there. So just trying to keep you guys updated on the things that I'm doing, whether it's the books I'm reading, whether it's the books that I'm getting, whether it's the quotes that I find extremely inspiring throughout the day. I've been sending pages from the books I'm reading and highlighting things that really hit me. So I think it's just a cool place to get a more personal side of me. And if you want even more from me, if you want my writings, go ahead, check out my school community. All those links are in the description. Love you guys so much. Peace out. I'll catch you in the next one.